motu whina, ule ai, o ule ainga wini, o le grandma Winimalo, le grandma Winimalo, grandma's sisters. Ai, o lau mun mau, mo la o tatala fra. So e ka ngai na mesi tatau tatu sa mi nei i tu la. Ai o mun mau le a fa Britania on o tu mau afkas. O le a fa fusi. Ma le a fa sa aula. Aro tina e sa mai ma pa sa taua. Ye lon for English. My name is Sofina. I'm the real favorite uncle of Zimos, and it's a real honor and a privilege to be able just to share a few words. We had an awesome family service last night, and we had the opportunity then to say a few words as well. And just through the service today, I'm not one who's lost for words at any time. For those who know, I make a living out of telling stories, and I learned to tell stories through this guy. For those who know Zimos could tell stories that you would be thinking, is that true? Or and just looking at Z's picture on this program with his apple juice. That also Uncle Jay loved his apple juice as well. But there are many things about Z that we've heard about today, last night, and probably the most important thing, or the biggest lesson that Z has taught me is love for family. My dad's family, which is when he's like, they're very private people. They don't really, if you know Zimos, he's very private, and with my dad's family, they're very humble. They keep to themselves. They don't like to trouble anyone. And Z is one of very few of my dad's family that we had a relationship with, and Z has influenced me in many ways through music. When I was just starting college. The sort of music that we were listening, he introduced me to were very good music like Public Enemy, NWA, and they were music about life. And Z also introduced me to V8s and cars, and that's where my love of cars came from, was because of my nephew Zimos. But because I know Zimos doesn't like when things take for ages, especially this is probably the most time he has spent in a church or any service. So I'm going to cut it short, the thing that when I was a lot younger at college, next door to Auntie Winnie's place was my piano teacher. And I remember going in, I hated going to piano lessons. But it was my first lesson at my piano teacher there next door to Auntie's place. Well, I went there, I was playing, I was like, oh man. And this was sort of like the first time I really started to build a strong relationship with our family. And after the lesson, I had to go home to Auntie's place to wait for my dad to pick me up. And if you know my dad, he's a very handsome man. And so my dad would pick me up from Auntie's house. So I went to do my piano lessons, didn't really enjoy it. And then I went to Auntie's house, shy and very respectful, good boy I am. I walked in, the first impression was I walked in there, Auntie opened the door, I hugged Auntie. And then I looked at the table. For those who always go to Auntie's place and you know the kitchen table, you can never see the table because there's always food, stacks of food. And this was when Auntie was working at the bakery. So I didn't like piano lessons, but I loved going to Auntie's. And for me, it got to a stage where I'll play my song that I had to learn for that week, and I said to my music teacher, okay, that's enough, finish it. You've got 10 more minutes. I said, don't worry, I'm just going like this. And the thing I really missed when during the week was, it was the first time I had a meal on the table without Zimos there. And I thought, wow, there's more for me. So, the thing I love about Zimos is about family. And his love for his mum, for Tina, especially his sisters. He always went on, not only about Maxie, but also his niece, Yasmina. And the thing about she is, he would come to our house, you could open the door, he wouldn't even care, you open the door, he'd just come in, make himself a cup of tea, get a drink, whatever, or get Tina to get the drink. If he was going to drink, Tina, can you go in the car and go get a drink? And one of the things that has made a massive impact in my life with Zeke and his family is that growing up as a Samoan boy and, through our Samoan culture and as a traditional Samoan family, the one thing that really sort of like got me thinking about how important life is and how important family is when Zeke and the girls at Brenda and Marianne, when I was at their place, if they were to go to the shop and to get something, or they were going to pop out for a meeting, or they would kiss their mum goodbye. And then when they come back 5, 10 minutes later, they would kiss their mum again. And for me as a Samoan growing up, I was like, oh. Kissy so. And and Zeke would do the same as well. And for me, growing up in Auntie's place, it really showed me that, the importance of time with your family. And the one thing that I always did with Zeke, when I either come home or would go over to their place, you would always give, the man hug, the staunch hug, and would suck in our stomachs. And, well, not me, not so much me. And we did the hug, and we always say to each other, I love you, bro. And Zeke would say, well, I love you, uncle, or, I love you, bro. And if there's one thing that I can hold in my heart, and I'm happy to say, it makes it a little bit easier to say goodbye to Zimos, is that the last words I said to Zimos was, I love you. And if there's one thing that I can take, and I hope that our families can take as well from Zimos, is you cherish whatever time, whether it be just a short visit or whatever, but to make that, because you never know when your last visit will be, or your last with someone you love. So I want to say to my nephew Zimos, thank you for showing me how to love my family and how to be affectionate as well, regardless of whether we be brought up a certain way. I just want to say I really love you, Zeke. T, you're the most patient woman I've ever met. For all our family that know Zimos and know how Zimos treats you in his way, and the things he says about okay, the things we say about just want to say to you, you've made Zimos so happy. Such a beautiful woman, and together you created such a very talented young man. Maxie, the way you played your guitar last night and sang, I was going to join him, but I thought, just want to say I love you, Maxie. Got heaps of uncles. If you need any money, just ask Jay. Oh no, you better not ask someone else. But Jay talked about once in college, RC. Your dad was a very proud Toronto college man. Started off with a lot of chants that we're not allowed to use anymore. But, like Tay said, I was amazed that Tay could understand just the intellect of someone from RC. So I say, love you, Maxie, T. To my nieces, Brenda, Marianne, love you guys. You guys always look after me, even though I'm your uncle. It should be the other way around, but I like it the way it is. To Winnie, Auntie, love you very much. And I know it's a tough time at the moment, but it's nice to have all our family here to support you, to support all of us. And just want to say, Zimos, thanks for the cars that you lift for me. Extra lunch money once we sell them, so I just want to say, Z, thank you for everything. You're my real, you're my real, soy full.